What's going on, folks? And here at Two Old Dyno Works. We are back in the dyno room today with our 24 MT-09 that I've got here behind me, but this time we've got the full Yoshimura exhaust installed instead of the full Akra that we started with last week. Now, as you can see, this thing is a heck of a lot shorter and different than the Akra was. I mean, the Akra is like back here on this bike. This little belly exit Yoshimura looks great, sounds great, install was just as easy as anything else, but how did it perform? And the answer is better. Literally better in every possible way, in every RPM and throttle position, than the full Akra. Now, normally, I'm not the type of guy that gets lost in the weeds on one pipe versus another, because I get asked that question, and so do the rest of our staff here, like 3 or 4 times a day, and I fucking hate it. But when there is a almost 4 horsepower difference between one setup and another, I'll make a point to say it. Now, as you can see here on the graph, run 4 was how this bike performed this morning, again with the full Akra installed, and then we went ahead and pulled it off, installed the full Yoshimura exhaust system, revamped all the fuel mapping because it was quite a bit different, and our end result is 117 horse and 67.5 foot-pounds of torque to the tire. Now again, that is same day, back-to-back, within 3 hours of each other. The atmospheric conditions have not changed in the last 3 hours here, folks. It's as gray and gloomy as it always is in June here in Washington State. And it's just a lot better everywhere. You can see where I've got highlighted right there off the bottom, about 5,700 RPMs. You picked up about 3 horsepower and about 2 foot-pounds of torque. And right as you're coming up on peak power around 10,200 RPMs, it's almost a full 4 horsepower and about 2 foot-pounds of torque better than the Akra was. Now, on the previous generations of the 21 to 23 models of the MT-09, the third gens, that's not what we saw. The Yoshimura was not a big overperformer when compared to the Akra. That could be some just better matching to the newer, smaller airbox design, but that's just speculation. Regardless, what I can tell you is this thing took almost 9% more fuel in some areas of wide open throttle to get to the same AFR target because it's flowing that much more air than the full Akrapovic did on the exact same bike in the exact same day. So, for those of you that are going to ask us which pipe we would go with, this one's definitely a great option. We've got about 3 more sitting out in the shop that we're going to go ahead and start swapping onto this bike now, so we kind of expect just a rapid fire of exhaust testing here over the next couple days before the Moto America round starts this weekend. And that way there'll be as much data as possible out there for these bikes, so if you're planning on making an exhaust purchase soon, you can make an educated one. And what we should also have tomorrow is our DNA air filter for this bike, because somehow it got stuck in customs land between Italy and here, but either way, looks like it's cleared and should be here tomorrow. So we'll have testing for that once we go ahead and install one of our new exhaust systems, and we'll do a back-to-back with the stock air filter with the new exhaust and the DNA air filter with that same exhaust system we'll build mapping for tomorrow. I honestly don't know which one that's going to be. Probably Leo Vince exhaust, I'm guessing, because that's the one that I'm kind of more curious about, but we'll find out tomorrow. And as always, if you have any questions whatsoever about getting your new 24 MT-09 properly tuned and dialed in, do not hesitate to email us. Our email is support@tooldynowworks.com. I answer tech support questions every single day we are open, and we are always more than happy to help to get your bike properly tuned and dialed in. I can guarantee that you are not going to find higher quality custom mapping for these new 4th gen MT-09s anywhere else than right here at Two Old Dyno Works, and that is a guarantee.